folks, welcome into SportsBookReview.com. It's Monday, and it's time to talk some playoff Major League Baseball action. Why are we on earlier? Because we got a game starting in about 10 minutes here, and we're going to get to it right away. No time to slow down now. We usually like to say, welcome in, Jason. Welcome in, Kyle. Yeah, guys, welcome in. Welcome in as well.
Yeah.
Milwaukee, Atlanta today. Peralta, Anderson on the mound. Roughly a pick 'em across the board. Pinnacle, -110. 8 as a total here. Lineups are out. I'm involved in this game. I bet over 3.5 team total here for the Milwaukee Brewers, -130 at BetMGM. I think you're able to get the Anderson in this game. Nice mix of lefties and righties. We're in Atlanta. It's nice weather. I'm going over Milwaukee, 3.5, -130 is a team total. Jason, what do you got today in this early game?
Yeah, so like you said, Anderson obviously has not been very good in the last 30 days. 6 xFIP, striking out under 20% of the batters, also walking 10.6% of the batters. Now, I will say he's been very lucky, and that's why if you look at his stats, things look kind of okay in the last couple of starts. His batting average of balls in play sitting at 138, so that means just 13 or 14% of hits that were in play became hits, and that's really hard to sustain going further. So I do agree here that the Brewers should be able to score some runs. On the other hand, I do also like Peralta on the mound, Freddie Peralta going on the mound for the Brewers, 3.7 xFIP and striking out 33% of the batters, just walking 3% of batters. So look at this lineup for the Braves, 25.9% strikeouts. I saw Peralta at plus money with strikeouts at 5.5. Little nice bet there. I didn't play anything in this particular game, but we'll go on with a couple other bets later on in today's games.
All right, Ian Anderson on the mound today, as we've seen. Also, if we take a look at Milwaukee, another strikeout guy on the mound. It seems like everybody's a strikeout guy from Milwaukee and Peralta. 8s across the board, roughly a pick 'em. Kyle, where are you going in this game?
Yeah, I got to say, so when I sort of look at what Peralta's done against Atlanta and how he profiles here, he's had some really good starts. Couple in his last 4. He's got a 52, a 43, looked really, really good. But he's also got this -3 and this 10 sitting here staring me right in the face. So you've got these wide range of outcomes. Of course, the Braves lineup is riddled with power from top to bottom, so they can get hot against anyone. I don't think Peralta is, the greatest pitcher in the world. He's better than average, obviously. I do think the Braves can get to 4 runs today. Obviously, a huge game here, tied at 1. Braves team total over 3.5 is exactly the same. I think Donnie's right. Both teams should be able to get to 4 runs. I kind of lean the over in this game when I look at the games today. This one, the over kind of makes some sense here for this one. I think both teams can get to those 4 runs, so I like that -130 price for both lineups.
Yeah, got to be a chameleon, as we like to say on Friday when we were watching this Major League Baseball game in Milwaukee. I told you nobody's going to score in that game, and nobody scored in the first 5 innings, which was sensational stuff. But we'll see if we get some runs today. So don't just be betting solid unders across the board. Don't bet solid overs. If the game makes sense, we could certainly flip it around. I like this game. 1 o'clock start here. Let's see if we get some runs. Hey, Kyle, how about a nice little 4-4 here in the 7th inning? Sounds like a recipe for success in this one here. All right. So now you see the next game on the board, right? Astros and the White Sox. You want to talk about it? Nah, no talking about this one. Postponed till tomorrow, which leads me into my next point. Is tomorrow's show will start at 1 o'clock, and we'll do the same exact thing, speed burst right down the line to get you the information you need on this one to place a wager, because you know exactly what we're playing. You can still get involved. You know what the best part about this too? Donnie, Jason, Kyle, I got in here late. Okay, if you heard I like the team total on this side, Kyle likes the team total on this side, Jason likes the side, what can you do? Bet it live. It's still there in the first inning, the second, third, and fourth inning. We no longer have to be here. Hey, guys, make sure you get that play out in an hour and a half before. No, come in here, have some fun. If you just missed the start of the game, it doesn't shut the lines off anymore in any sports. You can jump right in like, hey, look, nobody scored in the first inning. Kyle, what do you think about 3 now? Like, hey, I love 3. Exactly. It's the way we do it here. But no, Astros and the White Sox, no game here. So why don't we flip right into the next game? This is nice, man. We just skipped. Look at that. We already got 2 games down in 4 minutes. That's the way it's supposed to go here today. 9:55, 9:56, a little bit later on tonight, 7:07 start. McHugh on the mound versus Rodriguez, 9.5 across the board, roughly a pick 'em as well. I love this stock, but I have to say, Jason, looking at this game, when I see Rodriguez, the lefty, on the mound, it immediately points me over to Tampa Bay to stay alive in this series. I'll take Tampa Bay in this game.
Yeah, and it's crazy to think about this. The Rays, it's a pick 'em against the Red Sox with Eduardo Rodriguez on the mound, who he has really struggled against the Rays in his career. Even go back to that first game of the series, went 1.2 innings pitched, 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, just 1 strikeout, 41 pitches, couldn't even get through 2 innings in that game. And then, of course, if you look at the lineup, the roster, 300 average in 135 at-bats. They've got 7 home runs in that lineup. They have an 851 OPS. So there's just a lot to like in this Rays lineup. And on top of that, against lefties in the last 30 days, a 250 ISO, a weighted OBA of 390, and they're hitting line drives 20.5% of the time, and also just hitting ground balls 32.3% of the time. On top of that, a batting average of balls in play of 355. So a lot to like here with the Rays lineup. And then on the other hand, obviously McHugh on the mound, but it's more of a bullpen game for the Rays. So you see McHugh for maybe 1 to 2 innings, but throughout the entire game, it'll be a bullpen game. And obviously the Rays need to win this game to stay alive. So you can promise that you'll see the best pitchers for the Rays in this game as well. So it should be a great one, but I like the Rays as a pick 'em at -105.
Yeah, me too. I think they can extend the series and go to a game 5. But Kyle, as we take a look at last night, which I find hilarious, like there was a really good NFL game on, there was a playoff baseball game on, and the fact that I was clued into a ground rule double, which is the most ridiculous rule in all of sports.
Yes,
imagine being penalized for actually doing your job on offense. And I've said, if you made me commissioner, if any single player is on base and there's a ground rule double, everybody scores, and the runner who hit the ball takes second base. Why is this so hard to comprehend? Why is there a penalty, and particularly for a baseball player knocking it out? So let me get this straight, Kyle. I knock a ball in the gap. Everybody's rounding the bases. I pick the ball up, and I launch the damn thing into the street across from Fenway Park.
Yes.
So nobody can score. I mean, Kyle, what are we doing here?
It's preposterous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And we talk about this all the time, right? Baseball cannot get out of its own way with the stupid, archaic rules. You're right. It's like, those states, like, they're like, did you know in Virginia it's illegal to brush your teeth before 6 a.m.? It was written into law in like 1480 or some bull crap like that. That's what baseball does. It's absolutely insane. And it makes no sense. Now, getting to this game, I have to say, when I woke up this morning, I saw McHugh bullpen game and I saw some depressed team totals for the Red Sox. I was interested in it. But Jason makes a great point. Like I think we all agree the Rays were the best team in the American League. Maybe outside the Astros, but they just find ways to win. Now you have Rodriguez on the mound. It's the second highest weighted at 3-year OPS on the card at 777. He's struggled mightily. Can get that Rays team total over 4.5 -110. I do think that makes sense. Getting to 5 runs in the postseason can be a bit scary, but they have hit Rodriguez so well. A must-win game for a team that finds ways to win. I think the Rays get to their team total. I have the most exposure to them than any other team in DFS today. Love that lineup up and down the board. I mean, when you just look at some of the power guys here and what they've done off Rodriguez. Brandon Lau. I got that right on the the try.
Yes,
How about that?
There you go. Look at you.
How about that? Huh?
Postseason, finally get it.
Maybe Donnie needs to make me wake up earlier every single day. I don't know. We'll have to see how that works out. 4 of 16, 3 home runs. Wander Franco, 3 of 10, a home run. Mike Zunino, 4 of 12, home run. Randy Arozarena, 4 of 11. Yandy Diaz, 10 for 20. I mean, Nelson Cruz, not great, 5 of 28, still 2 home runs. Like, these guys have absolutely smashed Rodriguez. I think they get to 5 runs today. I like that Rays team total over 4.5. And if I'm taking a side, I'm going to take the team with their back against the wall in the must-win situation. I'll take the Rays. I think Jason's right. I'm going to stay away from that Red Sox team total now because you are going to see their best relievers every single inning, do-or-die game. I like the Rays in this one.
Yeah, no, I do too. And it should be interesting to see if they can extend it. And how about if the simple case is, the Red Sox got hot at the right time here, knock out the Yankees and the Rays there on the way. I'm pretty sure that some other teams in the National League, whoever get home, like, hey, we're probably going to have to face the Rays. Ooh, we don't have to face the Rays now? Should be an interesting one here. But it's a kitchen sink game where there is no tomorrow for the Rays. They will throw everything they can here. And you're just, I guess, hoping that they can come to play with the bats, which I think they can. I like the Rays in this one. Let's get to the nightcap here, which is a great one. Max Scherzer going to be on the mound. 1-1 series in this. Did we expect anything less? Wood's going to be on the mound versus Scherzer. A heavy favorite of -220, -210, depending on your shopping at. Offshore Pinnacle, -198. 7.5s are across the board in this game for this one tonight. Now, you're going up against Max Scherzer, and you're saying, all right, how are we going to do some damage against this guy? Maybe if you load up the left-handed bats and we can get lucky. But also keep in mind, Wood bid no slouch either, Jason, over the past 30 days. XFIP of 211, dominating lefties and righties. I'm going under in this game. I actually took this wager. The Dodgers under 8 at -140. Paid a little bit of juice to get it off the 7.5, so it'll take 9 runs to beat me. But I like the under here. Give me Max, give me Wood, give me a pitcher's ballpark, playoff atmosphere. I'm going under here. What do you think, Jason?
Yeah, so first off, don't forget on Friday I gave out that odds boost that both teams need to, make this game a game 5 for the Dodgers to win it at like +400. So that's still in play there. But, Alex Wood, like you said, he's been really good. 2.11 xFIP in the last 30 days, striking out 33.3% of the batters and walking none. But batting average balls in play at 290. The line drive rate really high at 35.5%. And again, the Dodgers, we talk about them. They're a team that they can hit plenty of line drives, right? Their team launch angle, and they're going to have 7 righties in the lineup, maybe 6, depending on who they put in there, going up against the lefty and Alex Wood. And if you look at this roster for the Dodgers, they have a 906 OPS against Wood through 109 at-bats for this team, a 276 average. These guys in the lineup have 10 home runs, 9 doubles. So I do think the Dodgers have the edge here with Scherzer on the mound. Of course, Scherzer has not been nearly as good as Wood has been, but I do think Scherzer gets back on track. Now, if you look at Scherzer against the Giants, he's destroyed them. He's had some really good outings against them. I'm sure Kyle will talk about that. But in 104 at-bats for this lineup for the Giants, a 134 average OPS of just 497, 45 strikeouts and 104 at-bats, and then just 7 walks. So Scherzer's destroyed them previously. I mean, this will be his first time or maybe his second time with the Dodgers, but just in general, he's done a really great job against this lineup and this team. And then you have the Dodgers, like I said, they got a lot of righties in that lineup against Wood, who's a lefty, and they've done well against lefties, and they've also done well against Wood. So like the Dodgers here, I think they got the job done. I would prefer that first 5 minus 0.5, but I still think the Dodgers get this win at home in this one.
Dodgers, Giants, Kyle, your thoughts?
I got to say, I'm a little bit worried about Max Scherzer. His last 3 starts, he's looked putrid. Yeah. That last start, he was so wild. I mean, he only allowed 1 run. We know it was that wild card game against the Cardinals, but God, he couldn't even get out of the 5th inning. His pitch count was at 94 after 4 innings. Wild pitches allowed his only run. Walking hitters, missing his spots. If he does that again tonight, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. And for the record, his last start against the Giants, only 1 FanDuel point. You know how bad of an outing you have to get 1 FanDuel point? Like on DraftKings, it's okay, but on FanDuel, that is really, really bad. So you are getting a Giants team total over 2.5. I mean, could Scherzer shut them out? Absolutely. But I'm just saying, Dodgers team or a Giants team total over 2.5 minus 130. I have a little bit of interest in that. Now, if we flip it to the Dodgers side, 100% right. They have smashed Alex Wood, 26-79 in their career, 3.29 average. When you look up and down the order, Trey Turner, 3 of 11, a home run. Mookie Betts, 3 of 9. AJ Pollock, 10 of 25, 2 home runs. Justin Turner, 2 home runs. Chris Taylor, 2 home runs off of Alex Wood. Get a depressed team total at BetMGM over 3.5 at minus 155 for the Dodgers. I might be smelling some McNuggets there. 4-3. This game feels like a 4-3 game, and both teams hit that lower team total, but it still goes under. But I don't know if I'm going to back Scherzer at that price right now. The way he's looked lately just has not impressed me. Of course, we know this is the Giants have found ways to win all season long, so Scherzer makes me a little bit nervous. But I am going to take that Dodgers team total over 3.5. They've just been too good against Wood and too good against lefties. Over 3.5 minus 155 Dodgers, but I do have some honorable mention there on that Giants team total at 2.5. I do think they can get to 3 runs as well.
How about that? All right, let's see what happens tonight. So I'm going to go with the under in this game. Let's get to value menu wagers on the card today. Got 2 games. Obviously, already put one out that's in action right now. Top of the first inning, the Brewers. Team total over 3.5 at minus 130 at BetMGM. That's where I'm going. Jason, value on your card today over these next couple games or the early game.
So I have 2 bets. I didn't bet anything on the Brewers game. I did like Peralta strikeouts 5.5, but I didn't play it. But, obviously, I'm not sure if you can get player props now anyway. But I did like that. I talked about it a little bit earlier, but I did not place a wager on it. 2 value plays. I'll give one now. I'll give one later. Like we talked about earlier, I like the Rays minus 105 on the money line in a must-win game. This is a team that I expected to be in the World Series. So I do think they get this job, the job done here. They get this win against Eduardo Rodriguez. And then maybe if Chris Sale doesn't pitch, maybe he goes in game 5 and they get another lefty and they be able to win that game. So on top of the Rays minus 105, you can really look at the series price for the Rays as well to win that series in the ALDS. I'm sure that's plus money, and I'm sure that makes a lot of sense as well. Although I did not take that. I'd still like the Rays minus 105 in this game.
Hitting some lefties here, Kyle. What's the value on your menu at today?
Value menu. And just in case you're new, the reason we have the value menu is sometimes these are a little juiced up, but that's why we're just doing little bets on this. Throw $20 at minus 155. You got yourself a free quarter pounder meal. That's the whole idea of what we're talking about here. So we understand some of the numbers are juiced up, maybe not the most attractive numbers, but that's why we're just putting a little wager on it, just throwing a little bit in our pockets. With that being said, I do like the Dodgers team total over 3.5 minus 155 at BetMGM. I think they get there tonight. It's the highest weighted OPS on the card. I like how they're hitting lefties. I like how they've hit Wood. A lot of success there. And of course, they're at home. They want to take the lead in this series. Going down 2-1 to the hated Giants, having to go back, no, you need to win this game. I like the Dodgers tonight, but I especially like that team total over 3.5 minus 155.
Yeah, big game, certainly. And as we know, the winner of the 1-1 game in a 5-game series, you have the axe in your hand ready to start chopping if you could take this game down. Odds boosted section on the card today. Well, I had an odds boost that was ready to go, but the certain lineups did not help me out. Adam Duvall and Eduardo Escobar, 1+ run, 1+ RBI piece at plus 800 was going to be such a nice, juicy price here. Well, it's not meant to be. Why? Because Eduardo Escobar is not in the lineup today, so I don't have an odds boost. Boo-hoo for me, Jason.
Yeah, and there weren't really many odds
there's
boosters.
nothing.
It was hard. But for me, I took the Dodgers to get a shutout win at plus 600 on Caesar. So, obviously you guys heard what I said earlier. I do think Scherzer has a great game today. He's performed well against this lineup previously. He's done a really great job, all season long. Yeah, he struggled a little bit, but I think he'll get the job done here. And obviously, like the Dodgers to win the game and get that shutout win. Plus 600, I think there's a little bit of value there.
Shut them out, Kyle. Yeah, don't shake your head, Kyle. We get the shutouts here. Go ahead. What do you got?
Well, I mean, it's tough. There was not a lot of great odds boosts. I'll kind of piggyback on that Jason one. Even though I'm concerned about Scherzer, if you're going to go that route and say, yeah, they get that shutout win, you can go to DraftKings as well and sort of double up and take Scherzer to record 10+ strikeouts at plus 350. Because if he shuts him out, he's dealing. And when Scherzer's dealing, he piles up the Ks. So that would be my logic behind that. Is there certainly the possibility where he continues? I mean, he only had 4 strikeouts in the last game and just couldn't get out of his own way. There's certainly a case to be made that could happen. But if we're going with the shutout, if you're like, okay, I'll take the shutout odds boost at plus 600, you may as well take the plus 350 on the 10+ strikeouts too, because they're not shutting him out if Scherzer isn't dealing today.
Yeah, we'll see how long Max goes to this one. Almost like the MO is, you have a big dominant pitcher on the mound. He usually lasts 4 innings and they get a hook for him, which is amazing stuff. What do you pay all that money for? Let these guys ride. We'll see if they do tonight. Best bets on the Major League Baseball board. As I said, I have 2 bets. Bet them the same identically. Brewers team total over 3.5 minus 130 at BetMGM. And the Dodgers under 8 at minus 140 also at BetMGM. Jason, what do you have today?
Yeah, so then I also took the Dodgers, a minus 0.5 in the first 5 at minus 125. Because again, if the Dodgers get a shutout, all you need is the Dodgers to score 1 run through 5 innings against Wood, and you get that wager in there as well. So kind of double dipping on the Dodgers, but I do expect the Dodgers to go out to a 2-1 lead, especially being at Dodger Stadium now. I think that the energy will be there and they'll get the win here as well. So.
All right. What do you got today, Kyle, to expand that baseball card here?
I don't think I've done this the entire season, but I am going to agree. I'm going to take the Rays on the money line. I just think they win the game. I do like their team total at 4.5 as well, but I just think they win this game. I think you see their best arms out of the bullpen. It's going to be tough for the Red Sox to scratch runs across. And of course, we've seen Rodriguez's struggles here. So I like the Rays with their backs against the wall to push this to a 5th game. I'm going to take the Rays on the money line as my play of the day.
All right, look at that. 4 games in the door. It's nice, too. You get that started, get the plays right out for Milwaukee and Atlanta. You get a postponed game. So really a 2-game breakdown, but the plays are out there. And I think there's some really good money to be made on this Monday. And also, guys, thank you for hitting that subscribe button here. Take a look at that. 90,600 people have done that now. If you haven't done so yet, if you're watching on a replay or watching live and have not done so yet, hit that subscribe button, turn your notification bell, and every time we go live to talk Major League Baseball, you will get that notification. So thanks for coming in on the Chat Box Show on a Monday. Keep in mind tomorrow's Major League Baseball show will be at, 2 o'clock start tomorrow because there is an early game due to a rain out today. Supposed to be 4 games today, supposed to be 2 tomorrow. Now you got 3 today and 3 tomorrow. So we'll have fun breaking that down, see if we can get some good odds boosts and things to go in our direction. But a nice, short, compact Monday show. Stay tuned in a couple hours here. We're coming back with the NFL opening line show, previewing this next week and also tonight's Monday night football game between the Indianapolis Colts and the Baltimore Ravens. For Donnie RightSide and Jason Radowitz, along with Kyle Purviance, we are the SportsBookReview.com Major League Baseball team. This was your short, compact Monday show. And as always, good luck on those wagers.